Welcome to another spine-chilling episode. Today, we delve into the realm of the unknown, exploring three of the most perplexing and eerie disappearances that remain unsolved to this day. These cases have left investigators baffled, families heartbroken, and the public haunted by the unanswered questions. Each story is filled with strange occurrences and haunting mysteries, making us question what could have possibly happened to these individuals. So, sit back and prepare to be captivated as we uncover the details of these three unsettling disappearances. This case is one of the most perplexing and eerie aviation mysteries: disappearance of a pilot named Frederick Valentik. On October 21, 1978, a young pilot flew his aircraft over the Bass Strait in Australia and disappeared. The circumstances of his disappearance have sparked countless theories, including one of the most compelling: the presence of an unidentified flying object. Frederick Valentik was a 20-year-old pilot whose fascination with flying and his curiosity about UFOs made him a perfect candidate. Known as a passionate and hardworking pilot, Valentik had approximately 150 flight hours before the incident. However, his passion for aviation can be paralleled with minor violations throughout his military career due to his overzealous curiosity for regulation pushing. Valentik was piloting a Cessna 182L aircraft on the night of October 21, 1978, a flight from Moorabbin Airport to King Island for a practice exercise. According to the weather station, the weather was perfect for flying, as there were no signs of any turbulence. To the air traffic control, Valentik said that he would be making a pickup of passengers from King Island, despite being a lie. After 47 minutes after takeoff, Valentik contacted Melbourne Flight Service to report that he was being shadowed by an unfamiliar aircraft at 4,500 feet distance. According to his testimony, the object had 4 bright lights and was flying at a very high speed. The transmissions he was making became increasingly nervous and agitated as he reported on the flight patterns of the object, stating that it was not an aircraft. At 7:12 p.m., Valentik said that the object was not stationary and was following him. His final transmission included a chilling statement and a 17-second recording of metallic scraping noises before going dead. An extensive search was launched for Valentik and his aircraft, but they were never found again. Regarding Frederick Valentik's disappearance, there are a lot of beliefs. On one hand, many believe he was taken because he encountered a UFO. On the other hand, others claim his plane lost control and balance and fell into the sea. Frederick's father's assertion that aliens abducted his son and Valentik's enthusiastic and vacuous beliefs in the existence of extraterrestrial life forms only serve to deepen the enigma. In 1983, an engine cowl flap of the believed aircraft of Valentik washed ashore at Flinders Island. With this, some experts concluded that Valentik probably crash-landed into the Bass Strait, particularly due to spatial disorientation and reflection of lights of his pain in water, which made him see things flying over his plane at night. The story of Frederick Valentik is still quite gripping, with the tastes of flight mystery combined with disclosure of paranormal. Whether it is because of a dreadful accident or contact with the extraterrestrial, the truth of the unfortunate events that happened that night still remain unknown to this date. Thus, we open the door of possibilities and pay respect to the loving memory of Valentik and to the search for truth. The next case is also as mysterious as the first one, and this time takes us to the bars of Columbus, Ohio. Brian Schaefer, a young medical student, had gone missing on April 1, 2006, after going out for a night with friends. The evening started in a relatively normal fashion. Brian and his friends were out partying to enjoy the last few weeks of school, hence bar hopping. At around 9 p.m., they proceeded to the Ugly Tuna Saloona, which is one of the most hyped bars in that region. The group enjoyed their night, moving from one bar to another, before returning back to the Ugly Tuna Saloona around 1:55 a.m. This was, however, the last footage of Brian. An interaction with 2 women was observed near the escalator. after which the man went back to the bar. After this point, we don't find the man leaving the bar again, after which he disappeared into thin air, and there is no evidence of him ever since. While his friends were paying the bill, they noticed that Brian was not around when the bar closed. They presumed that he had left early and therefore went home. The next day, his girlfriend Alexis called Brian's father Randy and told him that Brian had not come home last night, and she was unable to reach him. Brian's friends could not reach him either and became alarmed, and he was reported missing the next morning. Custodial police conducted searches not only within the bar, but the surrounding area as well, and Brian was not found. Brian had not been caught on any camera leaving the building, even though all the exits of the bar were covered by surveillance cameras. Another odd thing about his disappearance is that his car was still parked outside the bar, and his credit card had not been used anywhere. The police also checked the airports in case that Brian had decided to board the plane and leave for his trip without his girlfriend, but to their dismay, Brian was not seen or found at the airport. This missing of his trip to Miami further confirmed their suspicion that something might have happened to Brian. After the police informed Brian's family of failed attempts to locate him, the family told them that Brian was with his friend Clint, and they had gone to the bar after university. After rewatching the surveillance again, Brian was spotted near the escalator where he was talking with two females. After the women leave, he is seen re-entering the bar at 2 a.m. This is the last time he is seen and never found again. It was later found out by his friends that Brian and Clint had gotten into a heated discussion inside the bar. The police tried to get Clint to take a polygraph, but Clint hired an attorney and declined. Now, to some, this might raise suspicion about Clint, and others might consider it smart. This is because maybe Clint was being cautious that since he was the last person, he was at a greater risk of being pinned for Brian's disappearance. Furthermore, the police department itself stated that polygraphs weren't that reliable and cannot be trusted without more evidence. The more we get to know the existence of Brian, the more confusing factors arise than conclusions. Not long before the event of his disappearance, Brian's mother had passed away due to cancer, and he was trying to cope with this loss. Nevertheless, the man seemed to be doing well and handling the situation, and had a plan for the following year of visiting Miami with his girlfriend. This was a paid trip and a Christmas gift from his late mother. One could not conclude from his actions that he was unwell or was trying to escape. 5 months later, one of the few leads to Schaefer's disappearance emerged. Alexis Wagner, his girlfriend, had been ringing him every night since he vanished, and at last she heard a call. However, nobody responded. Even though no one answered, I continued calling because it was one of the greatest sounds I have ever heard, she stated on her MySpace blog. A Hilliard mobile phone tower appears to have been pinged by the calls. Schaefer's phone carrier, Singular, said that the ringing could have been caused by a glitch in the computer. In his absence, people have formed different opinions regarding his fate that may be completely sane or totally absurd. While some people speculate that he could have wanted to start anew and thus left behind everything from his past, including his family. And not only are there rumors that there are secret doors or even halls in the bar, but there is also a speculation that he might have been drunk and fallen into a construction site near the bar. But none of the searches support such evidence, and the investigations do not give a satisfactory answer. It's the scenario surrounding this disappearance that makes this one so bewildering. And to this day, they are still searching for Brian Schaefer, and there's no sign of him. How could a man vanish from a crowded bar with surveillance cameras taking pictures of every entrance and exit? Innumerable investigations and pieces of coverage in the mainstream media do not help to explain what happened to Brian. The last case will lead us to Shelby, North Carolina, where 9-year-old Asha Degree went missing in the wee hours of Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2000. This is a sorrowful case, so many questions, and each fact seems to leave a shiver in one's spine. The day before the incident took place, on February 13th, Asha's family went to bed like any other night. Around 2:30 a.m. on February 14th, Asha tiptoed out of her house with a black bag packed with her belongings, clothes, book, and a teddy bear. People still do not know what led to her escape in the middle of the night. However, this event is part of a series of mysteries still unsolved by the police. At approximately 4:00 a.m., there was a truck driver who came across Asha walking along Highway 18, which they claimed followed her until she was gone. But no, it was not the driver who had kidnapped her or anything. He was simply concerned for the young girl. He went around again to check up on her while it was still dark, but by that time, Asha had disappeared. This was the last time the young girl was seen alive, hence the finding was considered as the last identification of her alive. Her family got up in the morning only to find her gone, and this led to the likely search and rescue operations. Looking at the latter facets in Asha's life, it is seen that she was a shy girl who was rather quiet in manner, with a merit in academic performance and full family affection. It was rather unusual to see her leave without any reason, thus making the incident rather mystifying. Many people from their community grouped together in an attempt to find any possible clues to her disappearance. Later, after several search operations, some of Asha's belongings were located at a small shed not far from her house. This led investigators to think the young girl took shelter there. Nevertheless, this clue was followed by the trail being cold again. A year later, there was another major breakthrough regarding Asha's disappearance. Asha's book bag was recovered from the ground along a highway, many kilometers away from her home. Besides, she had many items in the bag that did not belong to her, which thickened the plot. Different people have different opinions on the disappearance of Asha. Some of them express the opinion that she was enticed by a person she knew, while others deem her a victim of child abduction or kidnapping. Some even suggest that she wanted to escape, although there is not enough rationale as to why she would do so. This is why the disappearance of Asha Degree is truly tragic, mostly because she is still so young, and there are no definite answers. This case leaves its readers and viewers suspended by a thread, with many questions yet to be answered. Why did she run away from her home at night? Given that the last time she was seen was on Highway 18, what became of her? Asha's case has been investigated for years, and current searches conducted by police, her family, and international authorities have failed to reveal what happened to her. Thank you for watching today. The 3 cases that we explored today are real and unsolved missing person cases. All of these people were dear to someone. Their losses are felt by families and friends who cared for them, and even to the people who hear about them. While still searching for more information, we must not forget to cherish their memories as the search for the truth goes on. Until the next time, be safe, be curious, and never stop looking for the what if or why that is just around the corner. Until next time.